In this video we're going to talk about unbeneficial programming, also called clouds, and how they are limiting your life experience. We ask you to consider returning the energy shared in these videos through PayPal or Patreon to unlock flow for yourself and so that we can continue sharing the source truth and guidance. More empowerment and clarity to you. Unbeneficial subconscious programming or limiting beliefs can be dealt with in many ways. But first and foremost, it starts with you recognizing that you want change. Often you recognize that something is bothering or annoying, or that it is so unfortunate to misunderstand something that is actually important. And every time you want to make a change, you want to use your intent. First you recognize what you want to change and how you want it to be instead, and then you use your intent. And your intent needs to be specific, but it doesn't need to mean that you know exactly what it's going to be like to have made that change. So let's say that you, for example, are experiencing an overall lower frequency life, then your intent can be on experiencing a high frequency life. And the more complete and powerful your intent is, meaning the more things you take into consideration, the better. The more things you take into consideration, the more powerful your intent is going to be. And what I mean by that is that for you to have a powerful intent, you need to be high frequency. So you would benefit from always doing your best. If your frequency is low, you put more attention to detail into that intent. And what the intent would look like would be first and foremost that you intend to achieve a high frequency. But a high frequency where? A high frequency life, a high frequency perception of the world and yourself. And why not rather intend for highest frequency? And you would intend for every part of yourself to want to make that change. Any part of yourself that is having a desire to stay on a low frequency is now being turned into a part of yourself that rather wants to have high frequency. Your intent is on you succeeding, on you following through on all the work that needs to be done, on you being able to stay happy and joyful, enjoy the journey. And now your intent is starting to become very powerful. And as you sit down and you have this intent, and you intend for it strongly, you can recognize if there are other things that are hindering the intent in becoming really powerful. Maybe a part of you thinks that a lot of the work could be boring. Well, then you intend for it to be enjoyable. And if there is a part of you who thinks it's going to be too much for you, then you intend for you to be able to do it. And essentially what you are doing now is that you are focusing on a thing. You are focusing on yourself as a highest frequency source player. And for you to truly step into that realm and have that experience, you need to make a lot of changes. Because all the things that are keeping you in a low frequency, all your mindsets or misconceptions, need to be turned into high frequency. So use your intent on turning all your lower frequencies into higher frequencies. Intend for yourself to succeed. Intend for yourself to take it seriously. Intend to let go of anything that could potentially hold you back, so that you can fly. And intend to be fine with anything that can come to mind or surprise you in terms of low frequency subconscious programming that might already be there. Maybe something you didn't know about, well, now it came to mind. Intend to be fine with it. Intend to be fine with not already having gotten to the highest frequency, and intend in recognizing the true value of a high frequency life, where you see things for what they are, where you're able to be utmost mature and respect yourself and all things. As you're raising your frequency, you will see that it's all just energy. It is a subconscious, and it is a program, and it's filled with programming, and you can replace the programming. And you will gain a lot of clarity about how you can make those changes energetically with your mind. You will learn to see it, you will learn to move them around, replace them with higher frequency ones, and you will eventually develop a very complete tool belt where you can deal with anything, any type of energy. You know how to manipulate, especially the important ones when it comes to subconscious programming around things that will raise your frequency and set you more free and make you more empowered. Use your imagination to replace those low frequency subconscious with high frequency. But recognize that your intent and how powerful and complete your intent is key. And learn to distinguish important essential change from unessential. You don't want to play around with anything that comes to mind. You have a certain capacity for change in a day. It costs energy, takes a lot of energy. Make sure to invest it wisely in things that are going to get you to the highest frequency, make you empowered and free. Play your game wisely. The essence of the game is to make change for the better, to raise your frequency, to exchange low frequency subconscious into high frequency subconscious programming. And it is of course going to cost energy, but you have energy to do that. What you don't have energy to do is a lot of nonsense, subconscious programming that isn't raising your frequency. As long as your intent is to become a powerful source player and to deal with the things that are right for you to deal with now, and in the core of your behavior intent for reaching the highest frequency, setting yourself free, then you have all the energy you need to do those things. So play it wisely. And if you till now have wasted some energy making unessential changes or other things, then there is no reason to worry about that either. You intend to raise your frequency you intend to gain more energy, then you intend to live a lifestyle where you will have the energies you need to succeed in this game. And there is probably nothing wrong with your energy reserves. You probably have more than enough to succeed in this game, no matter what you have been up to. So intend on getting to the highest frequency. Don't worry about your energies. Rather intend to play it smart, to be wise about what you invest your energies in. Make sure it has a high return on investment. If you have benefited from this content, consider returning the energy through PayPal or Patreon. You get out of this whatever you put in. More empowerment and clarity to you.